Hi everybody, welcome to Downward Dog Rising. My name is Tracy. Tonight I'm going to give you an end of day stretch session. So if you're feeling low on energy and if you feel tight, your muscles are sore, achy, then join me. So let's begin. Starting off, I want you to lie down on your mat, lie down on your back with your knees bent. We're going to call that the constructive rest position, and it will help your psoas muscle, the front of your hip flexor, release. Okay, so let's settle into our mat. If you have a yoga strap, you might want to grab one. If you have a belt for your pants, you could use that as well. And then if you have either a yoga blanket or a block, you might want that too. So let's begin. Lie down on your mat. Shoulders down and back. Float arms right above your shoulders. Your feet are hip distance apart. Knees over second toes. Breathe in. Gently press back of head into mat. Exhale. Your shoulder blades lift away from the center of your spine. Your shoulder blades reconnect to the mat. Protract and retract the scapula, the blades in your back. Inhale, they lift up. Exhale, they fall down. They lift up. They fall down. 4 more. 3. 2 more. And last one. Now we're going to screw in a light bulb, and we're going to make more room for this arm bone to have clearance into your glenoid fossa, your shoulder socket. Float, shoulder blades up, turn thumbs out, thumbs come back, blades down. In, out, and down. Lift, reach out, in, down. Thumbs to side walls, thumbs center, down. 5, rotate out, rotate in, down. 4, working with the natural bones rhythms, bone rhythms. 3, 2 more, and last one. Now cradle your head with your hands, avoid this, keep elbows far and wide, take your thumbs under the earlobes, gently start to pull and traction out your neck by lengthening thumbs under earlobes. Feel like you could stretch neck longer. And I just want you to float up your head without curling your spine up, without flexion, without crunching. And see if you can activate your deep abdominal wall. And it might shake a little bit. So you're going to exhale, lift up. Pull those muscles through. Exhale, lift up. Just want you to feel your abdominals pulling inward, lifting up. That's toning your abdominals into the spine. And 7, might shake a little. 6, elbows wide. And 5, 4 more. 3, 2 more. And gently come down. Okay, we're going to go into rotating arms next. Okay, here's your shoulder height, shoulder, elbow, wrist, same alignment. One palm is going to face the sky. The other palm is going to face the mat, the floor. So you're at shoulder height or slightly lower depending on what's going on in your shoulders. If you have shoulder issues, maybe your arms will be lower than shoulder height. You'll see. Press if your left hand is palm down into the floor, push down into your palm. We're going to rotate our head, neck, shoulders. What I want you to do, you're going to slowly peel. You're going to feel the side of the neck stretch. Look at the palm that's up. Feel like your shoulder blade is peeling away from the center of the spine. The edge of the shoulder blade is peeling up away from the middle of the spine. Come into your mat. Palm goes up. This palm rotates down. So that shoulder blade pulls away from the side of the spine as you slowly lift up. Look at the palm that's up. Feel as if you're stretching out of your center. Press the floor away as that shoulder blade peels off the mat. Breathing in and exhale. Peel that shoulder blade away. You're going to look at the palm that's up. Breathing in. Exhale, return to center. Breathe in. Your head lifts a little bit. You could keep neck down. It feels good to me to lift up my head if that's too much on your neck. You can keep your head down. Inhale, exhale. See what feels right for you. Stretch the side of the neck a little deeper by lifting. Keep back and neck long. 4, breathing in. Exhale, 3, breathing in. Keep rotating palm to sky. Look at the outstretched palm. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, last one. And come back center. Excellent. Okay. We're just going to do one set of bridges. Shoulders in line with hips, knees, ankles. So legs are side by side, hip width apart. Feel as if your abdominals draw in and elongate into the spine. You're going to bridge your pelvis straight up. Widen across collarbones, shoulders down and back, chest is open. You're going to feel the back of those blades flat and wide across the mat. No weight in neck. Come down. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, lift all 4 corners of your feet. Tailbone away from breastbone and down. 6 more. And 5. Core is strong. 4 more. Collarbones wide. No weight in neck. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And then gently just release your breastbone. Soften through there. Roll down little by little. Each section. Breathe in. Exhale to move. Breathe in. Exhale to move. Lengthen. All the way. Hug knees in. Peel head, neck, shoulders up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe into the space mid-back between your 2 shoulder blades. Breathe in. Breathe out. And gently release. We're going to go into figure 4, stretching out your hips, your back, piriformis, lateral hip rotators. Cross right ankle over the left knee. Hip points to sky, back is on mat. Flex both feet to open your hips, protect the knees. Hands reach through the space between the 2 thighs. Reach under your bottom thigh. Gently use your elbow to guide that knee sideways a little more. Back is long in mat. If you want to go deeper, you could take your hands under the knee towards your shin. Hug in a little bit deeper if you like. See what feels comfortable to you. Stay here. Feet are flexed. Head lengthens away from tailbone. Fully inflate ribs laterally. Breathe into the back of your ribs, getting in the air into the lower lobes of your lungs. One more deep inhale. And gently release. Okay, switch. Take the left ankle over your right knee. Hip bones face straight above you to the ceiling. Spine is long. Lift knees up. Take hands through space between the thighs. Use that left elbow. Gently guide that left leg, inner thigh away from you. Flex your feet. Support your hips, your knees. Flexing your feet. Feel that opening, that openness in the hips when you do that. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the low back sink deeper into your mat. Release any worries, any anxiety. Just release your day. Tomorrow a new one begins. Two more deep inhales. One more. Soften your breastbone, your sternum, so that middle back lengthens into the mat too. And gently release legs. Take a moment, take a deep inhale, middle back in between those blades, collarbones wide. Exhale, release. All right, extend your legs into the air. So your low back is lengthened into the mat. I'm just fixing my shirt, putting it under me. There we go. And then what I want you to do, you're going to take your hands to the lateral pinky toe edges of your feet. We're going to go into Ananda Balasana, happy baby. What I want you to do, your soles of your feet point to the sky. And then I want you to think of a straight line from the knee to the ankle, shins parallel. Gently start to draw those knees towards your mat, towards the floor. Open the collarbones wide, shoulders and chest open wide. Length on each side of your neck. Breathing in, feel your entire spine lengthen into your mat. Feel the back of the pelvis widen across the mat. Narrow the two hip bones together in the front. Feel the back of the pelvis widening. Soften the breath. Soften the facial muscles, the jaw, the mouth, soften everything. Sink deeper into the mat. One more deep inhale here. And gently release. All right, we're going to do 5 hip openers. Rotate knees apart, draw them back in. Stir the legs inside the hip sockets. 3 and 2. Keep pelvis stable, reverse. Knees out, draw back in. Abdominals tone into the spine. 4 and 3 and 2. Gently return center. Place one foot at a time to your mat. Extend one leg straight down. Extend the other leg straight down. Shoulders are aligned straight over your 2 hip bones. Take the right ankle, cross over the left ankle, right ankle over left. Extend arms. What I want you to do is grab a hold of that right ankle's over the left, so you're going to grab that right wrist. I want you to slowly reach arms overhead. Keep both hip bones to sky. And I want you to just gently start to pull over to left side of body. I want you to feel this whole side open up like a spring between the rib and the hip without twisting your pelvis. You can pull on that right wrist. If you feel shoulders hike towards ears, you're going to start to soften your elbows. Just lay the arms back over the head with your elbows bent. If you need to bend elbows, do so. Avoid tensing shoulders. Stay here for Banana Asana. As you stretch your whole body to the left, you're going to be stretching the right side of your spine. Release any built up tension or stress in your body. Soften those ribs, expand. Get into those intercostal muscles between those ribs, stretch them out. Span those ribs apart, creating space in your body with the breath. And one more deep inhale here. And gently return your body to the center of the mat. Arms reach overhead, feet are side by side. Stretch fingers away from toes. Feel as if your abdominals just scoop into your spine. Allow your back to release deeper into your mat. Soften your ribs so that the ribs avoid popping your middle back off the mat. What I mean by softening your ribs. Exhale and allow your ribs to draw together in front. And allow the middle thoracic spine area to stretch and elongate into your mat underneath you. Take your left foot, left ankle crosses over the right ankle. Your hips are aligned under your shoulders. You're going to reach arms overhead. Right hand is grabbing your left wrist. And I want you to gently start to pull towards the right side of body. If your shoulders start hiking or hunching up, you're going to gently fold your elbows into the floor behind you. You could do it with bent arms. Avoid tensing any part of your body right now. You could pull on that left wrist as your body goes to the right and get a deeper stretch through your side. Stay here and breathe. Keep collarbones wide across front of chest and shoulders. Really breathe in between those ribs. Soften your mouth, your jaw, your facial muscles. Feel length in the whole left side of your spine. Keep width across chest and shoulders. Let's do one more deep inhale here. And gently return center. This time, after you uncross your ankles, gently bring feet back into bridge position. Lift hips, adjust pelvis so hips are straight under your shoulders. Form a straight line between your hip socket and your knee joint. We don't want the knees going up here because we don't want to hurt our low back or lumbar spine or put pressure on those vertebral discs. So what I want you to do, keep a straight line from your knees to your hips. Not windshield wiper, sorry. Why did I think of windshield wipers? Cactus is what I mean. Cactus, elbows wide. It's about 90-degree angle. If your shoulders are tight, it's okay. You don't have to be at 90. You can bring your elbows, adjust them accordingly so that the shoulders don't rotate internally off the mat. The whole goal is to keep the open in the front. Shoulders are down and back. Soften, relax. Avoid fighting your body. Avoid fighting, holding any posture. So from here, gently start to swivel. Modified, your feet would stay on the ground and you wouldn't twist your spine. You would just expand into the space here. If you have herniated discs, back issues, hip issues, maybe you'll just stay right here and that's fine. Just stay here and breathe. If you want to go deeper, you're going to swivel your knees sideways. How far should you go? Keep this shoulder as your anchor into the mat. Keep width across chest, shoulders. And you'll feel if your whole body starts to twist and your shoulder goes with you, that's too far. Just stay here and breathe. We're slowly opening the tissue in here. Across here, your shoulder blade melts away from the center of your spine, down into the mat. Keep soft across chest and shoulders. Feel space open on long rib cage, below ribs, before hip bone starts. One more inhale. And gently return center. Feet hip distance apart. Reach arms by sides. Do a little adjustment so your hips are under the shoulders. Place pelvis down onto mat. Knees are in line with your hip joints. Cactus your arms out. Shoulders open. Gently start to swivel your legs. If you need to modify, maybe your feet stay on the mat and you keep your hips down. You see what's comfortable on your low back. Take it to the point where you can keep this other shoulder grounded into the mat. We're opening that collarbone wide away from the center of your sternum bone. That shoulder blade is just going to melt off the center of your spine, widening deeper into your mat. Stay here and breathe. Relax your neck. Maybe just keep head neutral. Feel that nice stretch along your side here. Lengthen that spine. Open your side line. If you feel your neck release, you can move head, however feels comfortable for your neck to create more space. One more deep inhale here. And gently return center. All right. Next exercise, I'm going to have you extend your legs into the mat. Reach arms overhead. Inhale, lengthen apart. Exhale. We're going to turn to our side and then all the way onto our stomachs. So we're going to face opposite direction. What I want you to do here, take your elbows close to the sides of your body. Collarbones drop, open wide, shoulders drop. Keep neck long. And I want you to just press your palms against the floor. And I want you to just elevate up a little. Keep the neck long and then come back into your mat. Try to bring your elbows and your forearms against the mat and just do a little hover. Come back in. Okay, we're going to take our range coming up Lengthen neck. Feel like you're widening across the shoulders and the chest. Come back. So now what I want you to do here, pull your elbows in, come all the way up so your shoulders are in a straight line right over your elbows, fingers wide apart. And I want you to feel how your abdominals start to stretch, ribs out of hips, but you're going to feel the abdominals turn on. You're going to feel them toning a little bit. You're going to feel like them pull up, doming into the body, into the spine, the anterior front of the spine. Relax, keep neck long, relax those shoulders down and back. You want to strengthen and bring your spine into the opposite direction than if you sit at the computer. Just want to open you up a little. You're going to feel your triceps, the back of your upper arms working on this one. You don't want anything to feel forced. You just want to feel like you're aligned. Your hip bones are still on the mat. They're still touching the mat. Legs reach long behind you. Strengthening your postural muscles in your back. Stabilizing your shoulder girdle. Space in between your shoulder blades. So I'm going to have you walk your hands a little further away from you so you don't come up too high. Think of the abdominals drawing inward. The front of the ribs come together. Narrow the hip points together. Abdominals draw into spine. I'm having you come up into a little seal without going into the low back. I don't want you to lift up really high. You want to keep your shoulders relaxed. Just want you to feel like you're supported and not straining. Breathe into the area in the middle of your back between your two shoulder blades. One more deep inhale here. And gently we're going to sink into our mat. Cross the backs of your hands one over the other. Relax your forehead into the backs of your hands. Sides of neck remain long. Side to side. Cross the back of the hands. Maybe feel the heat of your forehead. Come back center. Narrow the hip bones together in front. Feel those core muscles activate. Feel the low back, back of pelvis widen. All right. Next, what I want you to do, slowly make a 90-degree angle. Make sure that your hand isn't higher than shoulder. Elbow, I should say, is in line. So here, elbows in line with shoulder. You would cactus the arm. We're going to do this side, elbow in line with shoulder, cactus your arm. Take your free hand. It's going to go directly under your shoulder. Now we're going to allow our head and neck to stay on the mat. We're going to lift this leg up. And I want you to rotate to the side. I want you to feel the elongation. I want you to feel chest open. You're going to get a major stretch into your armpit, into your ribs, ribs, upper ribs, lower ribs. Breathe into this whole side of your body. If you need to lessen the stretch, you would just slowly come forward that way to have less of a stretch. It's this rotational effect that's going to give you a deeper stretch. Think of collarbone wide, ribs out of hips. Breathing in, breathing out. This one's pretty intense. You know, and if you ever try this one, I would say if you're uncomfortable, as in it's painful, as in pain, as in sharp or hurting, then there's no modifying this one. Just kind of, you would just do this, get a little stretch, and if this were to bother you, then you would come out of it. Because really there's no point in modifying. I don't think so, because there's a lot of attachments in there. You're just safer coming out of it. If you need it and it's appropriate for you, you'll know it, and it'll feel really good, like things are unwinding, releasing, not winding back up again. Slowly come center. We're going to turn, undo the legs, so both feet are side by side. Notice how when my knee's bent, I'm not going to arch and lift off the mat. That's loading your spine. We don't want to load your spine. So the hip points stay against the mat. Pelvis is down on mat. Take 90-degree angle. Your elbows in line with your shoulder. And then you're going to take this other foot, this other hand, and you're going to push into the mat. Twisting. Breathing in and breathing out. Really expand those ribs far and wide apart. Collarbone wide. Side of neck is stretching. You're really getting into that mid-axillary line from the armpit down. Again, if it's intense, you would come out of it like that, or just not do it. I'm facing away from the camera just to get a different angle. Usually I turn and face you. Inhale, exhale, slowly come back center. You would undo the leg. Now, we're going to slide our hands in, relax shoulders out of ears, and then I'm going to have you press up to hands and knees, and we're going to release our spine now. So you're just going to push up to hands and knees. And then I want you to go into Balasana. You could have the tops of your feet touching the mat, or you could do this. I always do it this way just because it feels better on my body, my knees. Forehead into mat. So you could either be reaching from armpits to palms, shoulders relaxed, sides and neck long. Pull your sternum, breastbone forward. Feel a stretch across the upper mid-back. Lengthen spine in opposite directions. Sits bones reach behind you. So let's try something different right now. Guide one arm back, palm to sky. We're just going to guide one arm back, palm to sky. Feel how the shoulder drops away from the ears. Guide the other arm back, palm to sky. You're just allowing the shoulders to release away from the ears. Slightly different stretch. Soften the facial muscles, the mouth, your jaw. If you need a pillow or a yoga block under your forehead, please put one there. If you need a pillow under your knees, use it. Release the tension out of your shoulders. Wrists are neutral. Slowly take arms back, in line with shoulders. Relax shoulders out of ears. We're going to walk hands to one side, a little bit more to one side. Opposite side of ribs, open apart. Gently come back to the center. We're going to do that on the other side. So you're still in your rest pose. Gently, you're going to just walk your hands to the other side. Feel the other side of those ribs. Stretch a little deeper. One more deep inhale. Slowly return center. Walk your hands in, press up. Now from here, I'm just going to have you turn facing. I want you to do a little seated butterfly, Baddha Konasana. So what I'm going to have you do here, I'm just going to have you turn the tops of your feet to the sky. And I want you to just imagine your knees are floating. There's water. There's water all the way around you. Maybe you take your thumbs, maybe you grab the side where your big toe is, and you gently create a little more openness. Feel the tops of your inner thighs rotate outward. Sink down into the bottom of your pelvis on those two bones that you sit on, those ischial tuberosities, those sits bones. As you feel the weight on each sits bone, feel like you're equally balanced, and then lengthen and press top of head towards sky. So you can further lengthen the sides of your neck. Rooting into the earth, pressing up to the sky. Just going inward, feeling aligned. Lengthening up through your spine. One more deep inhale here. And gently take hands to outsides of knees. Pull your knees together. From here, slight little back bend. Breathing in. And gently release. Two more times, breathing in. And gently release. One more time, breathing in. And gently release. Little windshield wiper. Just gently let legs go side to side. Release those hips. Come back center. Just going to cross our ankles for a moment. Just allow the legs to relax. Just going to take one deep inhale. Stretch one whole side of our body. Again, feel that stretch between rib and hip. Come back up. Lengthen up through your spine. And we're going to stretch to the other side of our body. Feel that length. Keep your hip down on the mat. Rib at a hip. Bottom of pelvis sinks down. Lengthen. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel the front of the rib cage lengthen away from your hip bone. Breathing in, breathing out. Gently come back up. Let's take a deep inhale, reach arms to sky. Bring palms together. And I hope you feel relaxed and release your tension from the day so you can start fresh and anew tomorrow. Releasing everything that doesn't serve you from today. Clearing the slate, starting new. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you all. If you like my content, please share, like, or subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Peace, everybody. Wishing you metta, loving kindness. Peace. Take care.